Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're okay. So before I jump into today's topic, I just want to give a bit of a shout out to my friend Luca. He's now just released his podcast. It's called the Student Mentor Podcast. A really great concept which I think is going to be useful to anyone in any level of study that's wanting to hear people that have gone through it. I'll put the link in the description below to listen to it, and now we can just jump in. Today I want to talk to you about burnout in the workplace, and specifically we're talking about burnout during a ski season. I went in with three big things. I went in with enthusiasm. I was excited to be out there in this environment and so far away from normal life. I was there to have fun. I was there to learn. I had all these things in my mind. According to the internet, now, burnout is defined in three main things. There is mental, physical, and emotional exhaustion. Events that happened specifically to me that I feel had a big part leading to burnout for me. First of all, very recent into the new year, the Christmas period, I lost my grandma, and that required me to rush back to the UK for a funeral. That took about 2.5 days, where it was incredibly rushed travelling, and I wasn't flying. I was getting trains all the way from the Alps. There was a medical issue involving a customer. I knew what I was doing. I'd been trained well. I just wanted to help as much as possible, and it did, and everything was fine in the end. But in the aftermath, when I had a moment to myself, I went into a bit of shock. My parents, my colleagues and my manager helped me get out of it pretty quickly, and I was on my way. Then the third thing was my performance back in the actual mountains, which had started off slowly but would have then got to quite a good point, and I was feeling quite proud of myself. Things started to sort of be a little bit more up and down. I watched myself slowly sort of slip down the board. I was beating myself up about it. I was burnt out. So how did I feel? Look, emotionally, I was not having fun. I was not enjoying myself. So when I'm not enjoying skiing as much as I was before, that was a telltale sign. Mentally, I felt quite alone, and I felt quite short-tempered. And I'm not usually like that. I'm usually tolerant. Physically, I started to put on a little bit of weight. I was not eating healthily. Although I was skiing, because I wasn't doing the exercise I'm used to doing outside of the ski season, my health was not the same, and I was drinking, which I do usually anyway in the social aspect. But so I stopped drinking very soon afterwards and had a period of dryness. How I knew I was burnt out was that I was in a team meeting, and I looked around and I could see the same expressions, the same reactions on everybody else's face in the room as I was feeling. So skiing was my main get out for everything. I cannot describe to you how mentally healthy I feel when I'm out skiing. You're in this amazing environment where you can, on a set, 2 pieces of carbon fibre, you can ski hundreds of kilometres in the most beautiful landscape. You can feel so free, so liberated of all the social pressures that you find as a young person in life right now within hundreds of people. You don't have to care about that while you're out there. And it's absolutely great when you're in the mountains. But I wanted to do things that kind of reminded a little bit of comforts of home. So we'd have the cooked breakfast at the Frog and Roast Beef, the highest pub in Europe. We'd watch the football, the games that were on back in the UK, just to remind us, and just try and socialise and just relax. It was an intense job. I've said before, it's a work hard, play hard environment. To try and bring it all round a little bit, and truthfully, I didn't actually ever come out of that burnout. I did down negative feelings and the emotion and sort of shove it down as baggage. What I have done though is I've learned about things that I'm going to do better this year. I'm going to ask for help whenever work gets too much. Second of all, I'm going to buy that gym membership. I spent about 7-8 weeks deliberating over whether to actually buy it. Sports centres out in the mountains, in ski resorts, are really good, and they're going to have not only gyms, they're going to have swimming pools, they're going to have saunas and steam rooms, so a really great way to detox, relax and just de-stress. I'm also doing a little bit of meditation. I've downloaded this app on my phone called Headspace, which is really good for beginners, and it's really helping me out a lot. I'm also trying out a little bit of yoga. Never really done it before, but there's this channel called Sean Vig Fitness, and he does some really cool like 10-minute beginner ones. The fourth and final thing, and this is the best thing of all, is to just keep skiing, to get that sensation of freedom and just to be in a really, really healthy spot. So I'm really intrigued to hear any of your personal experiences of burnout if you've done a ski season before. So thanks very much for watching today's video, guys. Please hit the like and the subscribe button. Looking forward to making new videos, and I will speak to you next time.